Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, children. Oh, before I said you have started. Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, children. Last class, we learned about some of the uses of microorganisms, and we were learning about the use of microbes in the medical field. And we learned that they are used for making microorganisms, are used for making vaccines and also antibiotics.
Antibiotics.
Now we will learn a few more details about vaccines and then two other uses of microbes. So without further delay, let's continue with the topic. Okay. Vaccines. These are dead or weakened microbes. It's a suspension containing dead or weak microbes, and these are introduced in your body to make our body produce certain proteins known as antibodies. Actually, vaccines contain the same disease causing organism. Suppose it is polio vaccine. So in polio vaccine, poliovirus is there, but it won't be strong or active one. It will be in the dead and inactive form. So we have different vaccines for different diseases. So that vaccine for a particular disease contains the inactivated germs of the same disease. Why? Because in our body, in response to any foreign particle, some proteins are produced. You call them as antibodies. They will help in protecting your body from infection, and antibodies are specific for different microbes. Different antibodies are produced. So when we are injecting these vaccines into our body, your body's immune system will become active and that specific antibodies will be released. And once produced, these antibodies will not disappear. They will remain in your body. And the vaccine is having inactivated or killed germs. So it will not cause disease. But what is the advantage? Antibodies against that will be already prepared. Okay, so that when there is an attack, when there is a attack with by the real organism, means active organisms, your body is already prepared. I think I told you about the border attack. When you know about the attack in our India border by your enemy country, by some of our neighboring countries, if you know about it, if you have already got the information, our army will be well prepared to deal with it, and you can easily defeat the enemy. But if you're unaware, if it is a surprise attack, you may not be that successful. The reason is you are not prepared. Our army was not prepared. So same is the case here. When your body is already prepared to deal with the disease by means of vaccination, you will not get the disease. The chances to get the disease will be less because the body is already well prepared. We can say that by vaccination, we are actually fooling our immune system. The immune system will think that these organisms might cause disease and they are producing antibodies to deal with that, to fight against it. But actually, we know that our body is not going to get the disease because those are inactivated germs. And vaccination, that is why I told it's a method of fooling our immune system so that our immune system will release sufficient antibodies as a precautionary measure for the future attack. These antibodies will remain in our body and will protect us from disease-causing microbes. So we have vaccines. Antibiotics are also there for different diseases. Similarly, we have vaccines for different diseases. Not only these, many more are there in the list. Polio, cholera, typhoid, smallpox, hepatitis, etc. can be prevented by vaccine. Smallpox has been eradicated from the earth's surface by means of vaccination. Polio, almost we have eradicated this particular disease by vaccination campaigns. And many more diseases are there for which we have found out vaccination. And the current one, COVID-19 also, we have successfully found out the vaccine. Once again, what are vaccines or what do they contain? They actually contain dead or weakened microbes of the same disease. Suppose it is polio vaccine, it will contain the virus inactivated or killed germs or killed disease-causing germs that cause polio. Vaccines are dead or weakened microbes. Why they are made weak or why they are killed before injecting?
Otherwise,
They will cause disease. But what is our intention? We need to fool our immune system and make it produce antibodies. So the same microbes we are sending into a body, making it inactive, and they produce antibodies. These antibodies remain in our body and protect us from disease-causing microbes. We have found out vaccines for polio, cholera, typhoid, smallpox, hepatitis, and many more diseases. And that was about vaccines. Now we are moving on to the next use of microorganism. They help in cleaning. They help in cleaning the environment. Now you might be thinking how they are going to clean the environment. How do they clean, children?
they convert decomposition of plants.
They help in decomposition. Microorganisms, they will decompose the dead organic waste of plants and animals into simple substances. For example, bacteria and all, they can break down these substances, the waste of plants and animals, into simple substances. And these simple substances will be added to the soil. And from the soil, plants will absorb it and animals too get a share. And in this way, they will degrade, they will decompose all the harmful, smelly substances, and they will clean the environment. And if these microbes are not there, all those substances, all the waste will get piled up and it will pollute the environment. Okay. Once again, I'm repeating, microorganisms, they will help in decomposing the organic, dead organic waste of plants and animals, and they convert them into simple substances which can be used by plants and animals. And thus they degrade the harmful, smelly substances and increase the fertility. And another method by means of which they increase the soil fertility is by fixing atmospheric nitrogen. So when they are cleaning up the environment, indirectly they are helping in increasing the fertility, because they will degrade all the plant and animal waste. They will make it into or break it down into simpler substances and clean up the environment. And when these simpler substances are mixing up with the soil, it will increase the fertility of the soil. Plants will absorb these nutrients from there, and we too get, animals also get a share of it. And some of the microorganisms, they can fix atmospheric nitrogen and increase the soil fertility. Even though 78% of atmospheric air consists of nitrogen, this nitrogen gas cannot be used by plants. So they need to get it converted to nitrogen compound so that they can use it. So in this way, microorganisms like Rhizobium bacteria and blue-green algae, they will convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds and increase the soil fertility. And you call them as biological nitrogen fixers. All these we had learned, no children?
Yes, ma'am.
When? Last class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we saw the quiz also. We had completed that. Now we have learned in detail about the different uses of microbes. Now let's learn about some of the harms caused by these microorganisms. They can cause diseases in plants and animals, including human beings, that goes without saying. Disease-causing microorganisms. So we call these disease-causing microorganisms as pathogens. What are pathogens? The disease-causing microorganisms are known as pathogens. And there are certain microorganisms which can grow on food items, and they can produce toxic substances. And then you call it as food poisoning. Like if you take in that particular food, you will get food poisoning. The food will become toxic by the action of these microbes. And food poisoning, we should not consider it as a very minor disease. It can be fatal also, depending upon the toxicity of the food item we are having. You might have heard read in newspapers long back, eating shawarma, some people died. Not only that, many other cases are there. So any food can turn toxic if it is not preserved properly. Clear? When it is fresh, it will be good. But if it is not preserved properly, or if there is a chance for the microbes to multiply there are chances that these food items can turn toxic. Sometimes when you have food from the hotel, from outside, when you have, your stomach can become upset. You can develop loose motions and vomiting, and then you will have to get hospitalized. But there can be severe cases where it can result in the death of the person also. So this is a very serious issue. Some of the microbes, they can grow on food substances and produce toxic substances, and it can cause illness and even death. Then some microorganisms can spoil materials like clothing, leather. You can see, you might have noticed that a shoe, especially white clothes, it is more visible. They get spoiled by certain fungal growth. Have you noticed it? Just a minute. Some microorganisms, they can spoil materials like clothing, leather, wood, etc. So some of the wood items can be destroyed by microorganisms. Then not only that, your shoe, like especially in rainy season and all, clothes, shoes, etc. can get spoiled. You might have noticed even leather bags, leather shoes. Have you noticed it, children? Cloth also, if there is moisture in that, if you're not drying it properly, it can get spoiled. So they can cause diseases, food poisoning, and even spoil different items like clothing, leather, wood, etc. So we'll start with some of the disease-causing microorganisms in human beings. Disease-causing microorganisms, you know that we call them as pathogens. Pathogens are the disease-causing organism. And how do they enter our body? You know, these are microscopic. And they should enter our body to cause the disease or cause infection. They can enter through air, through water, food, or by direct physical contact, even through insects or different vectors like mosquito, housefly. So these are the different ways by means of which these microbes enter our body. And all those diseases which can spread from one person to another, from an affected person to a healthy person, we call these diseases as communicable diseases or infectious diseases. All diseases will not spread. Can you tell me some diseases which will not spread?
Cancer.
Cancer, then?
Sugar.
Mendel.
Mendel means what? Related to mind. Mendel means it's not a disease.
Kidney failure.
Brain tumor.
Allergy, brain tumor, kidney failure, attack. Okay, all these are some of the by birth the defects what we have, or deficiency diseases like night blindness. All those are non-communicable. But diseases which can spread from an infected person to a healthy person are communicable diseases. So here are a few examples: cholera, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, etc. Corona, definitely. Okay, so that is about communicable diseases. Examples for communicable diseases and the different ways, different means by which these organisms enter our body. They can enter through air, water, food, physical contact, or through insects. And all those diseases which can spread from an affected person to a healthy person, we call them as infectious diseases or communicable diseases. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You tell me what are the different harms caused by microorganisms. Shane, can you tell me one point?
Ma'am. Ma'am,
Ah.
some of the microorganisms grow in the food substances
Grow in food substance.
Food
Grow on,
substances.
grow on food
And produce
substances.
toxic substances.
Very good. And that can lead to what?
Food poison.
If you consume that can result in food poisoning. So they will make the food toxic. Now, next point, Angelia, can you say? Angelia, Pranav. See, if all are turning the cameras off, then I will also turn my camera off. Why alone I should be here?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, Pranav.
Ma'am, I'm Angelia.
Angelia, tell me. Okay. Give me the answer. Another harmful impact of microorganisms. Shane told about food poisoning. What are the other harmful impacts of microbes? Angelia, you can say. Pranav?
Ma'am, some of the microorganisms ruin clothes.
Some of them can spoil clothes, then
Leather.
Leather, and even wood. Wood, leather, and also clothes or clothing. Then
Terminator.
that is not a microbe. Okay. You can see with our naked eyes. Then Isa, next one.
Spread
Terminator is the
allergies.
name of a movie, no? English movie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That is why it came to your mind first. Who was saying the answer?
Amal.
Okay. Tell me. Third harmful impact that we learned. They can cause
Allergies
Disease.
and communicable
Disease.
they can cause diseases. They can cause different diseases in plants and animals, including human beings. What are pathogens? Amal, what are pathogens? Amal.
Hello, ma'am.
What are pathogens? Ayan, what are pathogens? Very simple question and simple answer. Amna,
disease causing microorganisms.
disease causing microorganism, we call them as pathogens. So you will be learning in detail about the different harmful impacts of microbes on human beings, plants, and animals in the next class. Okay, let me take your attention.